and he's having a continued success, and we'll see if he becomes an All-America again this year.
We'll start at 125. It'll be Bryce West, the redshirt freshman from Solano, Iowa, taking on Mikhail McGee, sophomore from Bolingbrook, Illinois. That's at 125. That'll start things off. Then at 133, we'll have Elijah Jeffrey for NIU, the redshirt senior from Marion, Iowa, taking on Killian Cardinal, the redshirt freshman from Bristow, Virginia. And then the final three, we'll go with 141. Anthony Chaloni, the sophomore from South Edge in Illinois, taking on Cedarian Perry, redshirt junior from Lakeland, Florida. Well, let's start it off. 125, it'll be West and McGee. NIU, Old Dominion. NIU in the red, Old Dominion in dark blue. We're underway. Bryce West from NIU, overall 7-7. In duels, he's 4-2 this season. Mikhail McGee, overall 13-4, and McGee 3-0 in duels this season.
Yeah, McGee's got a good overhook ride on the back of his leg, and that makes it hard for you to get off bottom.
McGee, a 2018 125-pound MAC champion last season. He was an NCAA qualifier. He was MAC Freshman of the Year. You're going to hear a lot with NIU about the youth, Quentin. Very young team, but they're evolving. They're young, but they're improving squad.
Yeah, NIU, we've always been a young squad and always looking to improve and try and catch those teams, those great teams.
You get the takedown from McGee. He's got the first 2 points.
He's looking for back points right here with a 2-on-1 tilt.
Talking to head coach Ryan Ludwig of NIU. Bryce West shown growth. He's adjusting. McGee of Old Dominion coming off a 7-4 win over Drew Hildebrandt and CMU on Friday. And the official's going to get them back on their feet.
Yeah, on bottom, when nothing happens like that, the official likes to see some movement and likes to restart them.
Bryce West of NIU taking on Mikhail McGee. Less than 120 left here in the first period.
McGee's got to return him here. He's going to get warned for a stalling call. See, he let him go there.
That'll be a point for West. So now at 2-1.
We're going to see McGee go here for some low shots and low doubles, and you'll see Bryce West really keep his hands low and his stance low.
Talking to Coach Ludwig, he says that Bryce West, his strength is on his feet.
Yeah, his strength, he's a freestyle wrestler. He likes freestyle and Greco, so he's more on his feet and doesn't really like wrestling on the mat with top and bottom.
Less than 45 seconds to go here in the first period. Glad you could join us here. MAC Wrestling. Now 4-1 for McGee.
McGee again with that low shot and that low takedown. He's so quick, it's hard to defend.
McGee was injured early this season. Talking to head coach Steve Martin of Old Dominion. Says he's got some work to do to get back, but he feels he's good enough. He could be an All-American.
Oh, without a doubt. And in college wrestling, everyone always has some type of injury. No one's ever 100%. You're always going to have something dinged up and something that's hurting.
That ends the first period. That's going to make it 6-1. Some points late in that first period for McGee.
Right. Just shows you got to keep wrestling through the entire period of the match.
You'll see the replay.
Nice low outside single right there, low single.
Back to live action as we start period number 2. This is the 125s just starting out. Andy Garcia alongside Quentin Rosser.
We got a reversal, a Granby roll to a reversal right there. It was nice.
Makes it 8-1. So far, it's been all McGee.
He's been on the attack a lot. Shooting, turning.
McGee out of Plainfield East High School, out of Bolingbrook. Just one of 10 Illinois wrestlers for Old Dominion.
2 back points awarded there.
That gives McGee a 10-1 lead.
Bryce West has really got to free up his wrist down there on bottom. He's getting his wrist tied up, and that's what's allowing McGee to get those turns and get those back points.
Yeah, if you're Bryce West, you're learning a lot. Now that McGee's a sophomore too, but NCAA qualifier, MAC champion. When you're into the MAC now, we know how tough the MAC is as a conference in wrestling, and this is one of those tough defenders. McGee's one of the best.
He is. He's a great wrestler, and you got to bring it when you're wrestling a guy like this.
Under 40 seconds to go in the second period. McGee, one of the Monarchs that's nationally ranked, comes in 19th. He's got the commanding lead right now, 10-1.
Oh, and he's looking for back points. Got short time right here. We'll see if Bryce West can fight off his back or McGee can get the pin.
West is going to get to the third period, but it's all McGee right now.
It's all McGee.
Nice move right there from McGee late in that second period.
It is. If you notice, McGee likes to score his points at the end of the period. He's really pushing to get his points at the end of the period. You see, there's his low double. Good defense by Bryce West with the wizard right there.
McGee went 2-2 at Midlands. As Quentin mentioned, there's some All-Americans that don't get some results at Midlands.
Right. There's been guys who hadn't placed at that tournament to go on to the NCAA tournament to go and become All-Americans.
And that's a win for McGee. 17-1. And the win from Mikhail McGee, the sophomore from Bolingbrook, Illinois.
Next match is at 133 pounds for Old Dominion.
We get ready at 133. That was a pretty dominating performance from Michael McGee.
It was. He was on the attack the entire time. Bryce West really didn't have anything to give to him.
And with that technical fall, that gives Old Dominion a 5-0 lead as we go to the 133s. Elijah Jeffrey.
With a nice low single right there. And now he's going to get on top where he likes to be at.
Elijah Jeffrey able to get out early, 2-0 for NIU here at 133. Elijah Jeffrey, the redshirt senior.
You can tell Killian, he doesn't want to stay on bottom right there. He's trying to get out. He doesn't want to get tied up into Jeffrey's turns.
And Killian Cardinale, the redshirt freshman for Old Dominion. Cardinale dropped a close 7-6 bout versus Perez of CMU. I mean, 133, that is a competitive weight class.
It is. Every year at 125 or 133, you never know who's going to win the NCAA tournament or who's going to be ranked. Those rankings change around all the time.
No reset. 2-1 Jeffrey.
Killian trying to stay low here to avoid Jeffrey's low attacks.
Talking to Coach Lugwood of NIU about Elijah Jeffrey. He says he's good on his feet, needs to get on top.
Yeah, he loves getting on top. He can ride a lot of people on top and wear them out. This is wearing on Killian. He wants to get to his feet and out of this front headlock. Jeffrey's just chipping away on him right now in this front headlock. You'll see, though, that Jeffrey, though, he's getting his arms too deep in there and he wants to keep his arms short. If he keeps his arms short, he has a better chance of scoring.
And it's Old Dominion out to the 5-0 lead overall for the team as Mikhail McGee got the tech fall over Bryce West. And now we're in 133. Cardinal overall for the season 9-12, 0-3 in duels. Elijah Jeffrey overall 8-6, 3-2 in duels. And this bout's been right in the middle of the mat for most of it.
It has not a lot going out of bounds, and both are wanting to get to their attacks.
And talking to Coach Ludwig of NIU, he says, my guys, they got to go out there and attack. They can't let the action come in there. They've got to go out there and try to get the attack going. And Elijah Jeffrey was able to do that here early.
Right. Wrestling and these combat sports are all about imposing your will on your opponent. And if you can impose more will on them, then your chances of winning are greater.
The Monarchs, Old Dominion, come in 1-1 in the MAC. They lost to Missouri, and head coach Steve Martin said he had to switch the lineup. After Missouri, we had to switch things up. They've done that. They've had results, and again, 1-1 in the MAC after they beat Central Michigan on Friday. NIU 0-1 in the MAC. They lost to Central Michigan 18-15 back on December 21st. So we'll go to the second period. Jeffrey will have the 2-1 lead. What did you see in that first period?
I saw them getting after it a lot, and they were staying low and really going head-to-head and making it hard to get attacks off. And Jeffrey, he's one of those guys that likes to go and get his takedown first and get that lead. Killian doing a really good job of avoiding having Jeffrey on top. Great explosiveness.
Cardinal gets
in on a deep single leg. Jeffrey's using that body wizard to keep him back. Oh, nice. Good wrestling there. Good scrambling right there.
So it's 4-3. Elijah Jeffrey now.
The big difference in college wrestling is that no takedown's easy. So if you get in on someone's leg, you better be prepared to fight because it's not going to come easy.
Talking to head coach Steve Martin about Old Dominion's Killian Cardinal. He says he's good when he gets to the bottom. He's trying to, but both guys with good position down low. We have 1:05 left to go, second period.
Killian good with the good body wizard there. He's got Jeffrey stretched out. When you're in a position like this, you want to be more on a ball. You don't want to get extended. You lose all your power when you're extended.
And this is Elijah Jeffrey, NIU, taking on Killian Cardinal, 133. Overall, the team score, it's 5-0 Old Dominion. Less than 30 seconds in this period. We'll see who gets something maybe late in this period. Right now, both wrestlers just jockeying.
Tied up, yep. Trying to muscle, trying to open something up, but both are staying pretty closed off here.
So we'll go to the third period. Jeffrey's got the 1-point lead. You see the takedown in this replay. What'd you see?
Jeffrey's doing a good job getting his hips back right here. He stuffs his head. And you see Killian, he gets extended there, and he lets Jeffrey get back into the game when he got extended there and stood straight up.
Back to live action as we start the third period, 1:33. Elijah Jeffrey got a win over Central Michigan. He's 1-0 in the MAC. Now 5-3.
Nice defense right there.
Yeah.
Good level change to block his shot, and almost hit him with, we like to call it a pancake. Almost hit him with the pancake there.
You wrestlers have some nice names for things. I know. The pancake's probably the best word for that you can say, huh?
Yeah, we get creative with some of our names. You'll even find some coaches that'll make up names for moves.
Do you even know what they're not when he says that? Do you know what it is?
Yeah, I know what when he says that, but some coaches will say something. I'm like, I have no clue what you mean by that.
1 minute left here in the third period. It's 5-3 Jeffrey. Our second bout of the day. Reset.
We're going to see Killian go after some attacks right here since he's low. But Jeffrey responded. That's the best time for the guy to put the match away. When the guy knows he needs to come after you and get something, that's the perfect time to shoot because they're going to be out of position.
A nice takedown from Jeffrey, now 7-3. Well, he saw Cardinal coming too.
Yeah, he did. With a nice escape. Cardinal was trying to look for a Peterson there. In this position right here, it's about who can get their hips the highest right here. If you can get your hips up higher.
6 seconds left. And it's going to be Elijah Jeffrey that gets the 7-4 win.
It was, yep. There were some fireworks there at the end.
Elijah Jeffrey now 2-0 in the MAC. 9-6 overall as Jeffrey gets the win over Killian Cardinal. And it's 5-3 now in the team scores after Jeffrey got the 7-4 victory. We move to 141. You see Elijah Jeffrey. That was a hard-fought win.
It was.
Jeffrey.
He fought hard in every position and didn't give up any easy points.
So this is 141. This will be Anthony Cheloni, the sophomore from South Elgin, Illinois, for NIU in the red, versus Sadarian Perry, redshirt junior from Lakeland, Florida. Sadarian Perry, the All-American from last year.
Nice level change to a double right there. And Cheloni likes to wrestle on top and bottom. You'll see some funky things from Cheloni on top and bottom.
So Perry got the takedown, and Cheloni came back with the escape. Sadarian Perry, Old Dominion, coming off a 12-3 win over Central Michigan's Drew Martin. And he's part of the story about Eastern Michigan dropping their wrestling program last year. They finished up last year, and then they dropped it. It was one of 4 programs that was dropped by Eastern Michigan, and it's never a tough situation to have to try to find a home, especially when you chose Eastern Michigan. That's where you wanted to go, and you know, Sadarian Perry went to Eastern Michigan. Also, we'll see Mason Kaufman wrestle at 157 for NIU, who's a transfer from Eastern Michigan. Just you never want to see that type of thing. But Sadarian Perry, he's found a home in Old Dominion.
Yeah, he has. And it's tough on guys, too, because you got to make sure you can transfer your classes and your credits and stuff so you can graduate on time. Cheloni in trouble here. He's got to break those hands. He's got to break that lock.
Five 5-1 now. Say make it 6-1.
Darian trying to go for that cradle again. He looks like he has it locked up. Cheloni's got to get that arm free. He's got to break that lock again.
And that's it.
That's it.
Coach Martin says Darian Perry loves the spotlight, and he gets it here in the first period on the pin.
You could just tell how strong he was, too. He really brought that Cheloni's head to his knee and locked up that cradle.
That's going to give Old Dominion 11-3 lead in the team score. And a pin for Darian Perry. Impressive.
It is.
Perry now 12-3 overall, 3-2 in duels. And the all. We'll come back. More Mac Wrestling, ESPN.
If you or a loved one has been injured by a medical device or prescription drug, call Meshbesher and Spence today or visit meshbesher.com. The lawyer you choose makes a difference. If you or a loved one has been injured in a car accident, results matter. Call Meshbesher and Spence today or visit meshbesher.com. The lawyer you choose makes a difference.
How do you gauge the greatness of an SUV? Is it to carry cargo or to carry on a legacy? Its show of strength or its sign of intelligence? This is the Mercedes-Benz SUV family. The best or nothing.
Here we go. Discover. I like your card, but I'm absolutely not paying an annual fee.
Discover has no annual fees.
Really? Yeah.
We just don't believe in them.
Oh, nice. You would not believe how long I've been rehearsing that.
No annual fee on any card, only from Discover.
Welcome back inside the Convocation Center on the campus of Northern Illinois University, DeKalb, Illinois. MAC Wrestling, Old Dominion leads NIU 11-3 as we move on and go to the 149-pounders. For NIU, it'll be McCoy Kent, the redshirt junior from Modesto, California. And for Old Dominion, it'll be Kevin Budak, redshirt sophomore. And at 157, coming up, we'll see Mason Kaufman for NIU taking on Larry Early from not too far here, Oak Park, Illinois. So we're ready. At 149, you see McCoy Kent for NIU. And there's Kevin Budak. So far, 125. It was Mikhail McGee getting the technical fall for Old Dominion over Bryce West. Elijah Jeffrey came back at 133 for NIU to get the 7-4 win, and then we just saw the pin from Darian Perry for Old Dominion on Anthony Cheloni, and here is 149.
Yeah, Old Dominion's been doing a good job of getting those bonus points and to really make the team points go, get some big team points.
Budak has the 2-0 lead. Budak overall for the season, 16-8. He's 1-0 in duels from Olney, Maryland. He's coming off a 4-3 win versus Simon at Central Michigan. McCoy Kent for NIU overall 7-3 on the season. Duels, he's 4-1 and 1-0 on the MAC.
Budak really riding with that spiral ride. It's hard to get up with that spiral ride.
So Old Dominion's got the first 2 of 3 matches. They lead 11-3 overall. I'm talking to head coach Steve Martin of Old Dominion. He says Budak is a strategic wrestler. Good on top and bottom. You see the point for the escape for Kent.
Yeah, he's a long guy too for 149.
From McCoy Kent, Coach Ludwig talks about he's young and he has to stay on the attack.
Yeah, he does. He's very explosive, and when anyone's on the attack, they do better in a match.
And Budak, he's been able to score in the first period in his other matches. So far here in this first period, he leads 2-1.
Getting that first point in the match is huge. It really sets the tone for the match and gets you that early lead.
That's former NIU wrestler Quentin Rosser. I'm Andy Garcia. Glad you could join us. Mac Wrestling. Glad we could spotlight a little wrestling on a Sunday for you. Maction, wrestling style.
That's right.
Less than a minute here in the first period. You might hear head coach Steve Martin of Old Dominion.
He's a very vocal coach. He's always coaching his guys and telling them what to do. There won't be a moment in the match where you don't hear him saying something to his guys.
Again, this is 149. Kent taking on Budak. Late in the first period.
Nice single leg by McCoy. He's only got a couple seconds to finish it. Budak holds on.
Maybe a little too late for McCoy Kent on that one.
A little too late. He should have fired off quicker and would have had more time to finish his takedown, but good matter.
We'll see the replay on the escape. In that first period.
Yeah, McCoy did a good job there of getting his hips away, so Budak couldn't have control.
What stood out for you in that first period?
Just Budak really getting to his attacks and instilling his will first, and Kent kind of took a little while to get to his attack, so we'll see if he gets some more attacks like he did there at the end of the first period. Budak with a Granby roll, a standing Granby roll to get out.
Makes it 3-1 with the escape.
Yep. Budak's got some really hard clubs right there. You'll see him. He's really going to snap down on McCoy's head pretty hard.
Again, one of those bouts, we've seen a lot of action just right in the middle of the mat.
Right. Yeah, McCoy's got to get his head free there. He's getting wore down by Budak keeping him there.
Budak with the only point so far in the second period with the escape. It's 3-1.
Budak does a good job of slowing Kent down right here. He gets his head and ties him up and can't really get to his attacks. He's doing a good job of tying him up. There he goes again.
.30 seconds left in the second period. And this is McCoy Kent of NIU taking on Kevin Budak, Old Dominion. Right now, overall in the team score, it's 11-3 ODU. You hear the NIU bench. It's got to get the action going here.
I do.
Bring the action.
Yeah, like I said, Budak's doing a good job at tying McCoy up. He can't get to his attacks, and he's not getting scored on, so he's keeping his lead.
And you can see Kent a little frustrated because you mentioned just how Budak's able to just get his hands on him quickly.
Right, and Kent, he likes to attack from the outside, so if he can't attack from the outside, you take away his offense.
So we move to the third period here at 1:49. And you get the point for the escape. 3-2 now.
There he goes again, tying him up and preventing him from getting to his offense. Budak's doing a good job of that.
Just both men kind of holding position there.
Yep, holding position, and it's hard to get attacks off when you're holding positions like that.
McCoy Kent trying to get in there.
He's trying. Budak's got some great defense right there. He's not letting him get in.
Less than a minute to determine who's going to get the win here at 149. Stall, so we'll go back to the middle, where most of the action's been.
McCoy in on his leg. We'll see if he finishes here.
An opportunity for McCoy Kent.
Oh, but he does a roll and nothing. Goes out of bounds.
24 seconds.
You can tell both wrestlers here want this win. They want it bad.
This will be an interesting last half minute. Now 10 seconds. Can we have something late happen? Budak holding it by one. And Budak's going to get the win. 3-2. McCoy Kent tried to get there late, but Budak had great defense.
Yeah, he had great defense. He was hand fighting him really hard, and it was hard. You only saw McCoy get in on 2 attacks and tried for 2 more.
Budak moves his overall record to 17-8. 2-0 in duels. You see that takedown.
Yeah.
For Budak. So a 3-2 win for Kevin Budak at 149 for Old Dominion. Now the team lead 14-3. We move to 157. Mason Kaufman, the redshirt freshman from Stratford, Wisconsin, the transfer from Eastern Michigan, taking on Old Dominion's Larry Early, the redshirt junior from not too far from here, Oak Park, Illinois. Early, last year an NCAA qualifier. He was 2-2 at the NCAA championships.
Yeah, and Early's had a great season. He's knocked off some ranked opponents, and so it'll be good to see this matchup here.
Early overall this season, 12-2, 2-2 in duels. Mason Kaufman in the red for NIU. Overall 4-6, 2-4 in duels. Talking to head coach Steve Martin, he says, Larry Early, he's got to get bonus points. He's been good at getting them.
Yeah, and bonus points really help out the team, too, with extending that team score.
Right now, it's 14-3, the team score. Old Dominion leading NIU. This is our 5th bout of the day. Old Dominion has won 3 of the 4 matches so far.
Yep.
You see action on the outside.
Some action. Good wrestling on the edge of the mat here.
Early still has his foot in. That's why we're still wrestling.
Yep, we'll see. Early's got to bring him in if he's going to want to finish. We'll see. He's trying to bring him in. Mason with that shin whizzer.
He's keeping him in bounds.
He is. He is. Early's got to pull him in the bounds more if he wants to get that takedown.
And he is. He's dragging him back.
He's dragging him in.
And he gets the 2 points.
He got the takedown. That's a tough fight right there for both guys. It can really wear on you trying to get that takedown.
That was a nice move, though. Early just kept working him, kept him inside the mat so we could keep that going, and he's able to get the 2 points.
In that situation, you got to be real patient because you want to get that takedown so bad and get on top, but if you get over anxious and you move too fast, you'll probably wrestle him out of bounds and not get the takedown.
You see the replay. He was just working.
He's working. Just chipping away. Just chipping away. Early looking for back points here. Mason Kaufman had good defense there. He kept his base wide and avoided the tilt.
So Kaufman gets the 1 point for the escape. As we're in the latter stages of the first period here, 157.
Another good single leg here. Brings the leg up.
Time's going to end.
Time's going to end.
2-1 Larry Early. A methodical first period where Early was just trying to save it.
Right.
Get that takedown. You get the 1 point escape from Mason Kaufman. Kaufman will start on top here as we start the second period. As Early on the bottom. And Andy Garcia alongside former NIU wrestler Quentin Rosser. Glad you could join us.
Glad I could be here.
Oh, good to have the insight. I mean, we'll have some footage of you. Don't worry. We got some surprises. I dusted off the vault from last year, Quentin. Don't worry. We got some footage of you
from last year when I looked like a mummy and had my face all taped up.
Maybe. Well, that might be a preview of things to come, Quentin Rosser. As you see Early get more points. 4-1. Some of Larry Early's family in the stands. About a 50-minute trip from Oak Park, Illinois, Oak Park River Forest High School, where Larry Early went.
Another escape for Kaufman.
Makes it 4-2. And again, it's really been Larry Early taking the offense on him.
He's been really getting to his attacks, and there's another attack from him. You really don't have to have much of a defense if you keep on attacking like that.
See the hand fighting in there a little bit too.
Mm-hmm. And he's got a good tight waist right there, squeezing him. Keeps control of his hips there, and we'll see if the ref will hit Kaufman for stalling because he's got his head on the mat, and refs don't like that when the bottom guy has their head on the mat.
3 takedowns from Early gives him the 6-2 lead so far.
Early with that overhook ride, making it difficult to stand up and get out.
That riding time now over a minute, which would also be an additional point if he gets over 2 minutes in the match. So we'll go to the third period. Larry Early really has shown why he's so tough. He brings the offense to you. It puts you right on the defense.
Right, he does.
You'll see the takedown from that second period for Early.
Nice. He rolled underneath and was able to get to that leg and get a reversal.
That was a reversal, not the takedown. Well, 6-2. Kaufman comes back with an escape.
We'll see if Kaufman will get the attack or if Larry Early's going to stay on the offense.
Coach Ludwig of NIU talking about Mason Kaufman says he needs to get a fast start Also needs to find openings. What do you mean by that when you're finding openings?
Just finding angles and knowing when to shoot the right time and maybe not backing up so much and creating attacks. Because when you find an open, you got to get the other guy, you got to get his feet moving. You got to get him out of position to find that opening.
That was a nice 2 points.
Nice little peek out there, Larry Early hit.
8-3.
Early's going to try and go for the tech fall right here, or not the tech fall, the major decision.
Less than a minute. Eight-4 right now for Larry Early. Over on the team score, Old Dominion leads 14-3. This is our final bout before we have intermission. I mentioned Old Dominion's won 3 of the first 4 bouts. What's Kaufman got to do to try to work against Early right here?
He's got to keep his hands low, keep his stance low, and avoid those outside attacks, and he's got to get on the attack.
Easier said than done. I
easier
understand.
said
It's
than
easier
done.
on this side.
It is saying it on this side, especially against someone who's as skilled as Early is and as quick.
Yeah, you're just talking about an NCAA qualifier.
Right. Kaufman with a good goal behind there.
8-6. And that's going to end, though, with the win for Larry Early. 8-6, making 9-6. The final score for Larry Early moves his record overall to 13-2, 3-2 in duels. The NCAA qualifier from last year comes from, he had the loss at Central Michigan, but Larry Early comes back and gets the win over Mason Kaufman here. And we'll take the time out. 14-3 Old Dominion.
If you or a loved one has been injured in a car accident, results matter. Call Meshbesher and Spence today or visit meshbesher.com. The lawyer you choose makes a difference. If you or a loved one has been injured in a car accident, results matter. Call Meshbesher and Spence today or visit meshbesher.com. The lawyer you choose makes a difference.
How do you gauge the greatness of an SUV? Is it to carry cargo or to carry on a legacy? Its show of strength or its sign of intelligence? This is the Mercedes-Benz SUV family. The best or nothing.
The National Championship game, tonight at 8 on ESPN.
Old Dominion won 4 of the first 5 bouts here at the Convocation Center. Old Dominion leads overall 17-3. They've looked impressive so far here as Old Dominion tries to get the MAC win. NIU still looking for their first MAC win. It's been fun. It's been Old Dominion, though, that has looked good so far here in the convo. Andy Garcia alongside Quentin Rosser. And Quentin, these first 5 bouts, as I mentioned, 4 of the 5 won by Old Dominion. What have you seen overall so far?
Overall, I've just seen guys get into their attacks and instilling their will on others and really hand fighting well and having some great defense. So some good wrestling going on, though.
Look at some of the highlights. We'll go back to 149. McCoy Ken of NIU and also Kevin Budak, Old Dominion. And Budak got the win 3-2. What did you see in that matchup?
I saw Budak. He had some great hand fighting and really slowed down McCoy. Ken McCoy couldn't really get to his attack, and Budak really got to his attack first and got his takedown to extend his lead and get a lead on him.
Yeah, as much as McCoy Kent tried to get inside. The defense of Budak really was good today.
Yeah,
as Budak got the 3-2
Yeah,
win.
he just couldn't get Budak off his head. Budak kept going to his head and clubbing him down, and McCoy Kent had trouble getting him off his head. So.
And the last spot we just saw at 157, Larry Early, the NCAA qualifier, the redshirt junior from Old Dominion, got the 9-6 win over Mason Kaufman.
Right. Larry Early, I mean, he was just relentless with his attacks. He didn't stop attacking, and it was hard for Kaufman to get back onto his attacks, but Kaufman got a late go behind on him, and the match ended up being 8-6, Larry Early. Yeah,
so Early, again, improved his record to 13-2 overall. So again, Old Dominion got the first 4 out of 5, and then we look forward to now to 165 and 174. Overall as a team, what have you seen from NIU? What do they got to do as you've seen what Old Dominion's done here in the first 5? What can NIU now, if you're some of the NIU wrestlers, what are you looking at now? Because you've seen Old Dominion come out early with their attack, and we heard Coach Ludwig tell us, hey, we've got to get out to the attack early. I'm expecting NIU to try to do that.
Right, yeah. Those guys definitely got to get to their attacks first, because you saw that a lot with Old Dominion. They were putting points on the board first and getting to their attacks and imposing their will on the NIU wrestler. So maybe we'll see the NIU wrestlers come out shooting and trying to get to the legs first before the Old Dominion guys do.
And we're still going to see at 174, Britt Wilson, the redshirt freshman from NIU, looking forward to his match as he takes on Selden Wright. We've got some really good matchups coming up here in the second round here as we have intermission here at the Convocation Center. Old Dominion leads 17-3 overall. They won 4 of the first 5 so far. We'll come back, have more stats, get you ready for more of the bouts here. MAC Wrestling here in DeKalb on ESPN.
Fighting for injured people is what we do best. Call Meshbesher and Spence now or visit meshbesher.com. The lawyer you choose makes a difference. If you or a loved one has been injured by a medical device or prescription drug, call Meshbesher and Spence today or visit meshbesher.com. The lawyer you choose makes a difference.
How do you gauge the greatness of an SUV? Is it to carry cargo or to carry on a legacy? Its show of strength or its sign of intelligence? This is the Mercedes-Benz SUV family. The best or nothing.
The National Championship Game, tonight at 8 on ESPN.
With Advil, you'll ask, what sore muscles? What pounding head? Advil is relief that's fast, strength that lasts. You'll ask, what pain? With Advil.
Old Dominion leads NIU 17-3 here at intermission. Convocation Center. Andy Garcia alongside Quentin Rosser, former NIU wrestler, as we get ready for the next 5 bouts. And Quentin will look first at 165, where we're expected to see Caden McWhirter, the redshirt junior from Prattville, Alabama for NIU. He was 6th at the Midlands, coming off out of there, and overall 9-5. And McWhirter is going to take on Shane Jones, the redshirt junior from Stroudsburg, Pennsylvania, here at 165. What are you expecting to see from McWhirter?
I'm expecting him to go out there and get his attacks. He likes to go out there and get the takedown first, and he's really strong too. You'll see him where he'll get a tie and the other guy can't move.
And then at 174, we're going to see the 11th ranked Britt Wilson, the redshirt freshman from Mexico, Missouri for NIU. He's going to take on Selden Wright, the senior from Chesapeake, Virginia. Both of these wrestlers have had good seasons so far. Really good matchup. Wilson taking on Wright.
Right, you're going to see a lot of outside wrestling here. Britt Wilson likes to shoot an outside single leg, and Sheldon Wright likes to shoot a double from the outside. So you're going to see some fireworks in this match. There's going to be a lot of attacks going, and both have great gas tanks, so it'll be a fun.
So that is Quentin Ross. You're doing a great job, and he knows head coach Ryan Ludwig very well. He knows this squad. We have 5 bouts left. NIU trying to get some momentum here as we have Caden McWhirter of NIU taking on Shane Jones of ODU. Shane Jones, the team captain, a walk-on for Old Dominion. Again, McWhorter coming off a nice showing at the Midlands where he got 6th.
Yeah, like I said before, it's a tough tournament. Even All-Americans don't place at that tournament. It's really prestigious to place at Midlands.
McWhorter overall 9-5 on the season, 1-0 in duels.
Good attack. McWhorter split in the middle now. He's going to want to hook his leg like there. Now he wants to get his leg over his head. Get his hips over top of him. He gave him 2. We'll see if McWhorter can keep his leg in there and get some back points.
Already 2-0 for McWhorter. Coach Ludwig told us he's got to get early. He's got to get on top early, and we've seen that.
McWhorter's another guy that's really good on top and will really tie you up and keep you down on bottom.
Shane Jones, I mentioned the team captain. Head coach Steve Martin talks about Shane Jones, a hard worker, grinder, good shape. He wears opponents out. So far, though, it's McWhorter who's been doing the damage.
He has. Like you said, Coach Ludwig said he's got to get a takedown and get on top so he can wear down on guys.
Yeah, it's been a good start for Caden McWhorter, the redshirt junior. About 1:15 left here in the first period. 165 so far overall on the team score. 17-3 ODU with the lead.
Nice pull back. Didn't award him back points. McWhorter's really good. You got to watch out. He'll pull you back onto your own back and try and sneak in some back points there.
Still 2-0 McWhorter.
You'll see Jones, he's trying to work his knees up and get him to his chest so he can get up to his base like he just did.
Shane Jones got a 14-4 major decision over Monterey, Central Michigan on Friday night. Under 10 seconds here in the first period. Now finished first period. And you see head coach Steve Martin, Old Dominion in his 15th season. You see the record. He's coached 9 All-Americans. And he's got an opportunity to maybe coach some more on this team.
Yeah, he does. He's got some opportunities to do it. He's definitely an intense guy, and he likes to get out there next to the mat and get intense with his wrestlers, too. Good defense by McWhorter. Shane Jones has really got to get one of his legs down and extend it so he can hook it. Right there, he just did. He's got to pop his head out.
Get the takedown for Jones. We're tied 2-2. So it's 2-2, just about a minute to go here in the second period. Good matchup so far. McWhorter taking on Jones, 165.
Jones doing a good job of getting that leg to mat return him. Good mat return right there. Really making it tough for McWhorter to get that escape.
Jones working hard. McWhorter, though, playing some good defense.
Yeah. McWhorter got to find his one right here. We got a fresh start here.
Go back to the middle.
18 seconds. Shane Jones has got to ride him out, or McWhorter's got to get out. At this point, what happens in these last 18 seconds could help determine the end of the match.
We got to mention, too, we'll talk about Old Dominion hosting the MAC championships this year in Norfolk, Virginia. They're excited about that. They haven't done that in 10 years.
Nope. Good job by Shane Jones of riding him out and really sticking through it.
So we move to the third period. Really good action. 2-2 so far. You see head coach Ryan Ludwig, his 8th season now at NIU. I can remember when he wrestled. It's crazy, but his 8th season. What's you wrestled under him. What's the best things about head coach Ryan Ludwig?
He's a great guy. I mean, he's intense and he'll push you. And I mean, what our coaching staff really does is they believe in you. So they really believe that you can be the best possible wrestler you can be. That you can be an NCAA qualifier, and they'll push you and they'll make you believe it. So.
Coach Ludwig has coached 17 NCAA qualifiers.
Shane Jones doing a really good job returning McWhorter. McWhorter's got to get up to his feet and get his hips away from Jones. McWhorter's got to get his knees underneath him to get up to his base.
It's going to come down to the last 1 minute, 15 seconds. You see that coach? I don't know if that was a dance move or a...
He's trying to show him to get his hips away. He wants him to get his hips away. I've seen that. Good riding here by Shane Jones.
And 2-2.
Stalling call on Shane Jones on top. And with bottom, Coach Ludwig would always tell us it's about 50% technique and 50% grit. It's just about having the will to get off bottom.
Well said.
McWhorter. He got his escape.
Got it.
He got it.
3-2.
Now we're going to see Jones get on the attack here and try and get a takedown. McWhorter gave up the takedown.
How about that? Shane Jones came right back.
Came right back. Like you said at the beginning of the match, Shane Jones really works on his conditioning, and it really shows. McWhorter's got to get a point. He can still tie up the match if he can get an escape here.
That was impressive by Shane Jones. He gave up the escape and then came right back on the attack. He got the 2 points.
It's key in wrestling. You always keep wrestling.
It'll be Jones with the win. The late takedown. Shane Jones now 10-7 overall, 3-2 in duels. Kay McWhorter overall now 9-6. 4-3 victory for Shane Jones. Now 20-3, the lead overall for the team for ODU as we move to 174. We get to watch Britt Wilson of our player spotlight, redshirt freshman for NIU from Mexico, Missouri, taking on Selden Wright, the senior from Chesapeake, Virginia for ODU.
You already see Britt Wilson getting to a single leg there. He'll probably shoot it about 100 more times this match.
We mentioned in the open, Wilson placed third at Midlands. He's off to a great start, 13-3 overall, 5-1 in duels. Selden Wright, though, has had a nice season as well, 12-4 overall, 10-4, excuse me, 10-4 overall, 3-1 in duels. Wright, an NCAA qualifier at 174 a year ago.
See, Sheldon Wright's got that shin wizard. Brett Wilson bringing it up. Takedown for Brett Wilson.
First 2 points go to Wilson. And this is a redshirt freshman in Wilson. You see Wilson right there taking on a senior.
Yep.
Britt Wilson from Mexico, Missouri, has an old high school teammate in Telenicum, or Eckham, wrestling for the Monarchs at 174, so I'm sure they were able to see each other from Mexico, Missouri. Wright comes back with the points, 2-1 Wilson. Wilson's come out though firing, coming right on the attack.
Yep. You notice a lot of outside wrestling here, not a lot of tie-ups going, and
Wright's coming off a 14-5 major decision over Lieber of CMU. Coach Martin talks about Wright. He's good on his feet. Needs to get riding time. We haven't had the opportunity yet. Been on our feet.
yeah, he's been on our feet the entire time.
Coach Ludwig talked about Britt Wilson having to get to the offense early. He did that.
He did.
In this period.
Getting the takedown and getting the lead first is huge.
And this MAC Wrestling, Andy Garcia alongside former NIU wrestler Quentin Rosser. Glad you could join us. Our director Eric Hansen, all the great women and men working behind the scenes. Doing a great job as ODU leads overall in the team score 20-3. All right, good battle here at 177 between Wilson and Wright.
Good job of Britt going down and getting that ankle. Now, the key to this position right here is who can get their hips higher, who can get pressure into one another. It's going to end in a stalemate.
And Britt Wilson looked at the time. He saw how much time he had left. There's 3 seconds left in this first period. Then we go to second period. Wilson got the early takedown. Pausing here just for a second as we start the second period.
Nice Granby roll. A lot of these Old Dominion guys like to hit the Granby roll.
And what is it?
It's just a roll, like if someone takes you down and you're on bottom, it's a roll, so it gets your hips away from the other guy. It's kind of a roll across your shoulders. Brett Wilson's got to bring him in bounds here. You see Sheldon Wright trying to stay tough here and stay out of bounds. Awarded 2.
4-2 Wilson. And again, that was on the outside, trying to keep him in.
Right. Like I said before, you got to be patient. If you get too anxious and really want to get that takedown, you're going to lose it.
Still plenty of time here in the second period.
Second caution for Sheldon Wright. If he gets one more, he gives a point to Brett Wilson.
Wilson with the 2-point lead. And Wilson, the redshirt freshman, taking on the senior and Sheldon Wright.
Good escape there.
Wright gets the point. Both wrestlers just feeling each other out here.
Yep. Both wrestling from the inside, looking for an opening. Another stall call. Wilson gets a point. Good defense by Sheldon right there. Sheldon's got to keep Wilson's arm tight in there so he can't get it out and free. Wilson's got to get that right shoulder free so he can get around the hips. Now he got that shoulder out and got the 2.
7-3 now. Britt Wilson's been on the attack. He's got momentum coming out of that 3rd place at Midlands. He's had a good season.
He hasn't given Sheldon a chance to get to his attacks. He's just been on the attack the entire time.
2 more minutes of action. At 177. Overall, Old Dominion leads in the team score 20-3. See the replay.
Yep, he got his arm free and was able to get that takedown.
Back to live action as we start the 3rd period. ODU has won the first 5 out of 6 bouts. The only bout that NIU has gotten it was Elijah Jeffrey at 133. He got the 7-4 win over Killian Cardinal. Wilson for the Huskies.
His single leg again. Another takedown.
That happened fast, too.
It happened fast. He's quick. They're both quick.
10-3 now.
As I told you, Wilson would probably hit 100 single legs, and he's hit a bunch.
You were correct on that. You were correct. He just seems to have a lot of confidence right now.
He does. He's attacking a lot, and he's believing in himself and believing in his attacks. And it definitely helps when the coaching staff really believes you in too and pushes you hard.
.30 seconds left in the 3rd period. Britt Wilson, 11th ranked in New Mexico, Missouri. The redshirt freshman from NIU taking on the seniors, Selden Wright, and so far it's been the redshirt freshman. You see him, Britt Wilson. The future is bright.
It is.
With Wilson at 174.
There's that single leg again.
There it is.
And gets a 2, takedown again.
He could write a tutorial on how to do the leg.
I know, right? He should come out with his own book on his single leg attack.
13-4. The major decision for Britt Wilson. And they're going to take a look. We'll see a replay of the takedown. Head coach Steve Martin wants to take a replay as they're going to take a look at one of our monitors. Steve Martin does not agree with the takedown late here in this 3rd period. And they're going to take a look at it. We'll have a chance to look at it as well. It's 13-4 now, but they want to see if they can see the last second takedown. What was your thought when you saw it?
I thought it was a takedown. He had control of his hips, but I can see why they don't think he has a takedown because he had that wizard in.
Again, they want to see that score.
Mm-hmm. They don't want to give up that bonus point from that last takedown because that'll give NIU 4 team points.
Yeah, we're going to see a replay right here. This is that last takedown.
Yeah, I don't know. That's a tough call.
Again, the officials looking at it as well as we're looking at it. Again, see if they can get a replay of it. See what they call. No takedown.
Yeah.
So no takedown.
He had that wizard up tight. You'll see right here, he had that wizard right there and showed he didn't have control.
So that's going to make it 11-4, the final. The decision, still though, for Britt Wilson, an impressive performance by Britt Wilson.
He had total control of the match the entire time.
So Wilson gets the 3 points for NIU. It's now 20-6 Old Dominion. As we move to 184, Will Feldkamp, the redshirt freshman from NIU in the red, taking on Dean Drugak, the redshirt sophomore from Hibernia, New Jersey. For Old Dominion, Drugak overall 5-10. Feldkamp overall 3-4. Feldkamp one place away from placing in the Midlands.
Yeah, he was in the blood rounds there.
Just to finish off, because we spotlighted Zadarian Perry, he got a nice pin for ODU, and Britt Wilson got the 11-4 decision. And I mean, those two wrestlers, we were excited to see what they could do, and they both showed up.
They both showed up. They both went on the attack.
3 bouts left, including this one here at 184. And you talked earlier about having an unorthodox style. We're going to see that from Feldkamp.
Oh, without a doubt. He's a funky guy. He'll hit some moves. You'll be like, I don't even know.
What's funky in wrestling? Tell me why it's so funky.
You'll just see him hit moves that you wouldn't normally see hit moves, or he'll purposely put himself out of position to get points.
Now, does an unorthodox style kind of confuse a coach, or the coach is like, I understand, he understands what he's trying to do, or is it just kind of tailor each wrestler?
They understand, and they just tailor each wrestler. So, because you can't really change what they do when they get to college, so you just try and improve and make it the best you can when they come.
And that's Quentin Rosser. I'm Andy Garcia. Glad you could join us. Mac Wrestling here from the Convocation Center in DeKalb. Old Dominion overall, and the team score leads NIU 20-6. Mikhail McGee got a win at 125 for ODU. It was Elijah Jeffrey getting a 7-4 win at 133 for NIU. To Darian Perry, the redshirt junior, All-American, got a pin over Anthony Chaloni at 149. It was Kevin Budak hanging on to a 3-2 win over McCoy Kent. 157 for Old Dominion. Larry Early got the 9-6 win over Mason Kaufman. 165 pounds. It was Shane Jones getting a late victory, 4-3 over Kane McWhorter. And then 174, it was Britt Wilson getting an 11-4 decision over Selden Wright. And now at 184, it's again Will Feldkamp and Dean Drugak.
Someone looking for a throw here. Feldkamp with the takedown.
2 points for Feldkamp.
They move out of bounds.
Yeah. How was he able to get those first two?
He just got a body lock on him and got him out of position and was able to get behind the arms.
Feldkamp had a knee injury earlier in the season. As we mentioned, Coach Legwood says he's got an unorthodox style, but he's getting more mat time.
Yep. Good way to finish out the period and not give up the escape.
2-0 Feldkamp as he gets the takedown. You're going to see the replay right here.
So he gets a body lock right there, and the guy tries to throw him, and he just lowers his level and gets the takedown.
Back to live action here. Start of the second period. Coach Legwood also says Feldkamp, he's just going to let it fly. Again, that's that.
He's not scared to hit any move. He'll hit any move from any position. And those guys are fun to watch.
Again, you're seeing a lot of youth from NIU. I'll go down the lineup. Redshirt freshman, a sophomore, redshirt freshman, redshirt sophomore, redshirt freshman. Feldkamp here is a redshirt freshman. I mentioned the future is bright for 174 and Britt Wilson. Really, the future is bright for NIU.
It is. We got some good, tough guys that are young and really finding their way. And
if you're Old Dominion, again, you're 1-1 in the MAC. So far, so good here. You're moving on, and again, you know Steve Martin. This is where you want to start to get that momentum, right? When do you start? Because you've now turned the calendar to January. Getting ready for the MAC conference, or MAC championships. You got the NCAAs coming. When do you want to get your peak? When do you start working to get that peak?
You wanna start your peak right now, because you wanna start winning those MAC duels so you can get a good seed at the MAC tournament, and that way you can go and get a bid. But you want to hit your final peak right at MAX. So the match before MAX or right at MAX is when you want to hit your final peak. So, and you'll see a lot of teams will start tapering off their workouts, making them shorter. That way the guys can peak and they can save their bodies more.
Gotcha. Again, those MAC championships being hosted by Old Dominion in Norfolk, Virginia. It's going to be March 8th and 9th. They're really excited about hosting the MAC championships this year. It's 3-0 Feldkamp. So far, so good from the redshirt freshman from Dexter, Michigan for NIU. And you see those wrestling championships. The Convention Center, Ted Constant Convention Center, and March 8th and 9th. I know both of these squads are looking to have as many, just have some good performances. And again, the peak starts now. Final period. Drugak able to get the point.
Feldkamp trying to get to those hooks again so he can get that body lock. Feldkamp would be a guy I wouldn't be comfortable in an over-under situation right here. I'd be trying to get out of it since he's so funky. You don't know what he could hit you with.
You see Feldkamp trying to hold the arm, in the mat, in the hand.
Trying to keep him from getting to his attacks and whatnot.
Now on the outside, under 45 seconds. Out of bounds. Remain 3-1. Feldkamp, 33 seconds here. And Drugak comes out with the attack.
And you'll see a difference at the once 184, 97 heavyweight come up. The wrestlers are a lot more slower and really more brutes and using more muscle.
Nice 2 points there from Feldkamp.
Nice 2 points. Good way to ice the match and end it.
5-1 right now. And Will Feldkamp is going to get his first win in the duels. He's now 1-3 in duels this year, 4-4 overall. A 5-1 win for Will Feldkamp, the redshirt freshman. So you got a redshirt freshman from Britt Wilson at 174 get a win. You see Will Feldkamp get a win. You see some highlights from our last 3 matches as Shane Jones got the win over Caden McWhirter at 165. Tough defensive battle. Jones gets the win. Then at 174, it was Britt Wilson, the redshirt freshman from Mexico, Missouri, getting this decision, 11-4 over Selden Wright, the redshirt freshman, getting the win over the senior. And our last bout, Will Feldkamp at 184 from Dexter, Michigan. Strong battle, gets the win 815-753 pack or NIUHuskies.com/tickets. It's always a fun event, and I know you've been a part of it to have gymnastics and wrestling going on at the same time. I don't know if you like the Beauty and the Beast theme. The title's not right, right?
No, it's not right.
But it's a cool event.
It is. It's a very fun event. Tons of people come out to it, and it's electrifying.
So again, January 27th, Beauty and the Beast, come out, be a part of it. Here we go at 197. Tim Young, the junior from Aurora, Illinois for Old Dominion, the dark blue, and Max Irie redshirt sophomore from Naperville, Illinois. So you got two kids not far away. Naperville taking on Aurora at 197.
And these two, Max Irie told me these two wrestled in high school, and they were both 1-1 against each other. Each one of them had a win against each other. So
the title comes down to today.
Comes down to today. See who can get the one up over one another.
And these guys may see each other for a little bit longer. Redshirt sophomore from Irie and Tim Young, a junior for Old Dominion. Irie overall 1-6 on the season, 0-2 in duels. Tim Young overall 5-8, 2-2 in duels. Tim Young comes from the community college route from Ellswood Community College. He was a 2017 JUCO national champion, Tim Young was at 197. And he got a last-second takedown to beat CMU's Pelham 4-2 on Friday night. And what head coach Steve Martin of ODU talks about, when you have a transfer, it usually takes about a semester to get adjusted to D1. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, I would agree. I would agree with that. It's just a different level of training, and because other schools, when you come from a JUCO or a Division II school, they don't have morning workouts every day like we do, and they don't work out as much as we do, and it's a year-round thing. So you got to adjust to morning lifts and practices in the afternoon.
And Tim Young got a big win. He beat Zach Chaconis in Northwestern back on December 7th. That was a big win for Old Dominion. They went on the road and beat Northwestern. Gained a lot of confidence, and Tim Young has had a lot of confidence since that win.
Yeah, it's definitely great whenever a MAC school beats a Big Ten school. It's a good look for the MAC community.
Waving the MAC flag, right?
It is. MACtion right there.
Irie from Wabanza Valley High School. Again, Tim Young, one of the 10 Old Dominion wrestlers out of 30 on the roster. That's a lot. On the 30-year rosters from Illinois, and head coach Steve Martin, they really do have a pipeline in Illinois. And they got 5 more wrestlers coming in their program next year that are from Illinois.
Yeah, they have a huge pipeline from Illinois. And Daryl Thomas, who's a coach from Old Dominion, was a coach here at NIU 2 years ago. And he's been good. I mean, he was a head coach at a school in Southern Illinois. And ever since then, he's brought a big pipeline to ODU.
Finishing up the first period, 197, Irie and Young. And there you see, right in the middle, assistant coach Daryl Thomas. ODU is his second season with the Monarchs. Decorated career as a wrestler and a coach. You mentioned Thomas led Lincoln College to a 4th place finish at the Junior College National Tournament as a head coach and athlete. He finished 53-47 record with 6 pins, so he can do it again.
Yeah, he could.
Good to see Daryl Thomas back on campus, too.
Right.
So Young's got the point.
And a lot of Max Irie matches come down to a pointer or a takedown. All of his matches are very close matches, either decided by 1 or 2 points or a takedown.
And overall, the team score, Old Dominion leads 20-9. NIU, though, has won the last 2 bouts. Britt Wilson won at 174 in a decision, and Will Folkamp got a 5-1 decision. What have you seen so far in this matchup?
Seeing they're trying to get their underhooks and trying to get each other out of position, but it's so hard at 197. That's a lot of mass to move to get out of position and get a takedown.
Young was doing a little chasing there.
He was doing some chasing. You gotta be careful when you chase some people. Some people can throw you or get a takedown based off chasing. So you got to know your opponent if you can chase him or not.
That has to be an interesting history when you guys have battled each other in high school, then you move to the college ranks. You know each other so well.
They're always going to be close matches because you know what each other's going to hit. You know the takedowns they like to do. And
we'll go to the third and final period here at 197. Max Irie of NIU and Tim Young of Old Dominion. Overall team score, Old Dominion leads NIU 20-9. Young was trying to
give it a little extra push there.
Yeah. A little attitude.
Yeah.
Go back to the middle.
Good job on Irie keeping his composure.
Get the 1 point for Feldkamp, or excuse me, for Irie.
Like I told you, it'd be a close match. 1-1. It's going to come down to a takedown or.
Coach Ludwig talks about Max Irie and being good on those leg attacks.
He is. He's got good defense. I mean, look at his legs. His legs are pretty big. They're hard to pick up.
You see head coach Ryan Ludwig screaming out instructions. Final 1:15 here in the third period. See who gets the late victory. It's Young that gets low.
He's into a low double, gets a takedown.
Nice move from Tim Young, the junior. 3-1 the lead. On the outside. How was Young able to get that 2 points?
He caught Max Irie out of his stance and lowered his level and was able to get a low double, and he got one leg and an ankle on the other leg and had Max on his heels.
And now if you're Irie, what do you got to do to try to come back into this?
You got to get your escape first, and then you got to get on the attack. Quick escape, because you only got limited time.
Young is out. He was trying to keep that foot in.
He was trying to get some back points off that. Max Irie was trying to get the reversal to his back.
28 seconds left. Some good action here late at 197. Yeah, first things first, if you're Irie, you got to try to get out of that.
Got to get off bottom. Young being real tough on top. The stalling call, 1 point. Now all Irie has to do is get an escape.
3-2. 16 seconds left.
And Irie's got to be. He's got 8 seconds to get out or he's going to give up riding time.
Young being strong though.
Yep. Young got the riding time. Able to mat return him and finish out the match strong.
That was Tim Young that finished it off. Irie with the attack late, but Tim Young will win it. He'll get the point for the riding time.
Match ends 4-3.
Tim Young, overall now 6-8. He gets the win over Max Irie at 197. Nice match. And women's basketball coming up. Got a big win yesterday versus Miami. January 12th, the Huskies take on Central Michigan. It's a doubleheader, men and women. The men will take on Akron at 3:30. It's also Victory Huskies' birthday. Got women and men. You see Eugene German. They got a big win at Ohio yesterday. So both squads start out MAC play with wins. So a doubleheader next Saturday, January 20th. Get your tickets. NIUHuskies.com. You see Allie Mae, Maya Starks, Riley Blackwell, some of the women's team out here supporting wrestling today. And here's the 285s. Caleb Gossett, redshirt junior from St. Charles, Missouri for NIU, and Ali Wahab, sophomore from Dearborn, Michigan for Old Dominion. Just to finish off that 197. A fast pace of that ending. Irie had a chance, but really Tim Young showed something there.
He willed his way out and kept returning him and wouldn't let him go.
Team score now 23-9. And we finish it off with Gossett versus Wahab. Gossett overall 4-5. In duels 4-3. Wahab 10-6 overall, 0-1 in duels. Wahab lost to number 18th ranked Stencil of CMU 4-1 on Friday night. This is our final bout of the day. Old Dominion's going to get the team win, but Gossett has a chance to finish off with some momentum for NIU.
Yep, get a good MAC win and improve his seed on the MAC tournament. Wrestling heavyweight is much like a chess match. You don't want to get caught on bottom, and you want to get their leg. Good.
Nice move from Gossett, first 2 points.
A nice little dump there, and for most heavyweights, as soon as you get their leg off the mat, you get them hopping on one leg, your chances of getting a takedown are very high. That's for most heavyweights.
Coach Ludwig of NIU told us about Gossett. He's strong, he's got to be smart, he's got to be tactical.
Yeah, he does. Sometimes he gets himself out of position and he can put himself to his back or give up bonus points.
Wahab gets the point for the escape. It's 2-1. Less than 20 seconds here in the first period.
Gossett with a nice go behind there. And heavyweight, you got to be real careful when you shoot so you don't get underneath, because that's a lot of weight when you get underneath.
2 more points from Gossett makes it 4-1, and now the escape makes it 4-2. Good action there in the first period between Gossett and Wahab.
Yeah, good job on Wahab on getting that escape in the last couple seconds. That can be huge for winning the match.
Say replay for Gossett. That's the first 2 points.
Yep. And he dumps him. You'll see a lot of heavyweights do tripod stand-ups too, like Gossett just did. It's the best way to get out when you have a lot of weight and pressure going onto your back.
Well, the tripod works because it gets him a point. It's 5-2.
It does.
And Andy Garcia alongside former NIU wrestler Quentin Rosser. Glad you could join us.
Glad I could be here.
Oh, you're great.
It's been fun.
You're a TV star. Especially after everybody gets to see you all taped up and bloodied versus your match versus Missouri.
Right?
That was some good footage.
I do. I clean up nice, don't I?
Overall score 23-9 right now for ODU. They'll improve their MAC record to 2-1. NIU will fall to 0-2, but you can see Husky lineup improving. Again, they're young, gaining experience. It's going to help them.
Yep.
Right here, Gossett leads 5-2.
It's all about mat time.
It's our final wrestling broadcast scheduled so far. And good to promote head coach Ryan Ludwig and his team. Other broadcast was Illinois. You got to work with Brad Hoy. And
was good way to broadcast a sport too and promote the sport of wrestling.
Under 30 seconds to go here in the second period. We've got Caleb Gossett, redshirt junior from NIU, taking on Ali Wahab, sophomore from Dearborn, Michigan. Now we'll go to the third and final. What have you seen so far in the heavyweights?
Goss is doing a good job on sprawling and getting his go-behinds and getting his leg up. Like I said, it's a chess match. It's about being in better position and smart wrestling.
Wahab with the escape point.
Wahab has to get a takedown, or Goss has got to get a takedown to ice the match.
Five, 3 for Gossett, 90 seconds left.
Gossett doing a good job hand fighting and preventing Wahab from getting into his attacks. Wahab's got to find a way to get to his legs and get to an attack.
Now the final minute. As we wrap things up here with the heavyweights. Old Dominion's going to get the team win. They're leading 23-9. But can Gossett end it for NIU with a victory here at the heavyweights?
.30 seconds left. We'll see if Wahab picks it up here to see if he can get the takedown.
Wahab tries to make the move.
Gossett getting his hips back right there. You really got to get to your feet quick when you're on heavyweight.
And Gossett gets the points.
Right. Ice the match with the takedown. Wahabi with the escape.
7-4, and that ends it. So NIU wins 3 of the last 4 as Gossett wins 7-4. Final score, Old Dominion wins overall 23-12. Caleb Gossett finishes off the win of heavyweights for NIU. Overall, the Old Dominion looks strong today. They got the first 4 out of 5, never looked back from there.
Right, never looked back and kept attacking.
See the results from today. McGee gets a win for Old Dominion. Elijah Jeffrey with a nice win over Cardinal for NIU. So Darian Perry, we spotlighted him. The redshirt junior from Lakeland, Florida, got the win at 141. Budak with a nice defensive effort taking on McCoy Kent. McCoy Kent tried to make it late, but the defense was too good for Budak. Early, Jones, they all get wins for Old Dominion. Britt Wilson, good to see him. The redshirt freshman from NIU get the win at 174. And then you see Feldkamp get the win at 184 for NIU. Nice finish for Tim Young. Irie tried to make the comeback, but Young finished it off, and then we saw Caleb Gossett get the win at heavyweights. Overall, fun doing it, and just your takeaway from today's matchup.
Some good matchups, and Old Dominion got to their attacks first, and like you said, didn't really look back, and just some good wrestling, though, and guys really fighting and really want to get the win and get some bonus points.
Again, Old Dominion moves their record in the MAC to 2-1. NIU now 0-2. It was fun.
It was
good
fun.
times. Some highlights from today's matchups as we saw some good wrestling here in the MAC as Old Dominion gets the win. Looking forward to doing another one with you, Quentin, down the line.
I'm looking forward
nice
to
job.
another one. Thank you.
That was fun. So for Quentin Rosser, I'm Andy Garcia saying so long from the NIU Convocation Center. The final score, Old Dominion gets the win over NIU 23-12. All games airing on the ESPN networks are streaming live and archived on the ESPN app. Thanks, everybody, for watching. This has been a presentation of ESPN.